Hello?
Can I help you?
The Palm Beach Garden Police Department. Someone called 911.
There's a woman in here called you for an argument.
Okay.
Just a verbal argument.
Okay.
1019.
Alrighty.
Callers on the bring on the court, stand by, reference
Yeah, there was no
sale of an
physical
item, other
altercation,
party
no
to
threats
arrive
made.
in a minute or so.
Okay.
Just a homeowners meeting, and there was just an argument.
Okay. Is she still inside?
Yeah, she's still inside.
Okay.
Thank you, 2040.
Is this your house?
No, it's not, but I don't know if the homeowner wants to have this type of thing going on here. So do you want me to ask the homeowner and the woman to come out and talk to you?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. I'll go get them and
Okay.
do that just so they're not upset.
I'm out.
Yash.
How you doing?
How good
Yash.
are you?
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Yash.
Caller? Did you call?
Yes.
Dave's
Okay.
upset this weekend, boy.
What's going
Okay,
on?
man.
There's a
Nice to see
community
you.
power association meeting in here,
Okay.
and it got kind of explosive. This is the second one in a week that it happened. So when it happened the last time, I spoke to the attorney, and he said the next time it happens, don't hesitate, call 911 again. Don't let this continue to happen.
Okay.
2041.
No, but I don't want my address be named on
it
any kind of a complaint. Ah, I did it again. I
A verbal argument or?
It was, but the one person that was in there said to my husband, you know, let's walk outside. You know,
Let's take this argument out.
Gardens
yeah,
traffic,
so
15
he's
calls,
been
51.
explosive before. You want to walk away down
Yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah. We can go talk down here.
2041.
I didn't. David, can you please?
Sorry?
You don't have to follow. Like, we can.
Oh, I'm
you
not
know.
calling it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So,
Not.
you can go talk about my
let's-
car if you want.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay.
Wait, who is that?
That's him. He's with me. He's another cop.
Okay. Well, you know, when somebody, this is my husband,
Gotcha.
so it was not, I didn't even feel safe walking out to my car, so that's why I wanted you to be here. You know, we can get out to our cars
I
safely.
personally think this is a waste of time, but this is fine.
Okay.
So she hasn't been to the other meetings, she doesn't
I've been
understand.
involved in this community for 13 years, and I have been to plenty
Gardens
of
on
meetings,
4th
and I'm
Street
going
and
to tell you
4th.
one thing, is that as adults, if we
We're
cannot
10-4.
handle this in a room like this, for this community, it's extremely sad.
2040.
The attitude and the voices need to stay at a
The
certain
homeowner's up
pace.
there. You
And
want to
if
go
this meeting
identify
happens
at
again,
the door?
honestly, everyone should sign a waiver, and the minute you raise your voice, you walk out. That goes across the board. There's nothing wrong that happened here. You guys have your own issues. It's personal. It has nothing to do with this community and has nothing to do with this house.
There's no personal
There's no
anything.
threats that were
Okay.
made. I feel completely safe in this community, and I did not feel unsafe in that room. And if I felt unsafe in that room, I would go ahead and go protect myself. I didn't feel that need. I am not scared of anyone. We should all be neighbors and we should all be friends. These people that service our community shouldn't be here right now. There's been plenty of emergencies within the last 15 minutes. I'm sure they could have serviced and not had to be here.
We
Oh, yeah,
appreciate that,
I got
thank you.
Well,
You know, like, it is
No,
what it is.
I appreciate it.
This
Thank
is
you.
a continual issue, and it's very sad for me to come to this meeting and want to start to be a part of something and see it happen like this. It's kind of what makes me not want to be involved anymore.
Okay. So what's
Okay, so,
Okay.
I don't even know who she is.
Okay.
So I'm the vice president of this community,
Okay.
and here we go. These people cannot be standing around listening because.
You want to go? We can go. I mean, my car's over here. We can stand by my car if you want.
So this particular person that exploded today apparently was hostile and volatile. 3 meetings, October, November, and December. Finally, in the December meeting, I hear him do the same thing to another board member where he says, go outside so I can kick your ass.
Okay.
So at that point, he he resigns and I get appointed as the vice president in here. So last week we had a board meeting. One of the other board members explodes, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, screaming and yelling at me. I talked to the council, the attorney for the community, and I also talked to a friend that's a lieutenant, and they both said, listen, if it happens again, call the police. You should have called the police immediately. Your first mistake was you didn't call the police. You have to call the police so that there's some documentation about how these meetings continue to become explosive, and if you don't get the authorities there, it's just going to continue to happen. So as soon as the guy said to my husband, you know, if they start, you know, the guy starts yelling at my husband, and then my husband, he says, you know, let's take this outside.
Anyway, he was giving his opinion, which is fine. And then when he was done, I said, well, that's your opinion, but it's our property, and it's all something stupid. I hate to say it, you know. He thinks we bought property. It sits too low, it floods easy. Again, that's his opinion. That's great. And I said, well, it's our property. We bought it. You know, so everything you just said, you know, it doesn't matter. For the last 30 seconds, none of it matters. So it's kind of silly to what we were arguing about. And then, I don't know, then he said, well, if that's its case, then your wife's a liar, then, I don't know.
He goes, so basically your wife calling me and complaining that there was water on the property, you're basically calling your wife a liar. And so I said, no. I said, we've not had problems with the water for years. It was last year we had the horrible flooding. I sent you video. You were on the board, and you were not running the pump in the back because you said there wasn't enough propane. And that's when he stood up and he said, I made an executive decision because I was on the board and I did what was right to preserve the propane for the community, and I made a decision not to turn the pump on. Well, okay, so our animals were standing in flooded water. So he basically said what we all knew, is he made an executive decision. He refused to turn the pump on. Nobody's held that against him. We don't care. That was his right. But I said, well, yeah, you know, but anyway.
But again, yes, to be honest, it's all a little ridiculous, but the challenge is this person, he's an FHP person. He makes comments during the meeting about how he's the only one with a badge in this community. So he uses that to intimidate people.
Gotcha.
No, you know. But I'm just saying that's how it comes across, right?
Well, so that's
and
what
then
the attorney knows.
Wait a second. And then another meeting, he has apparently made a verbal threat to somebody. Told him, "Take this out. I'm going to kick your ass outside." So then in here, where it kind of blew up, is then he, I don't know, yelled something to me about, "Let's just take this outside."
Well, he got up out of his chair.
So,
he gets up. He comes over and
he's
starts approaching him, and
Okay.
he's screaming, "Let's take this outside." Well, he just
And that
did the
was
same thing in
today?
December.
Yeah, that was
just
Okay.
now.
30 minutes ago.
So I was advised last week
Do
because
you want to like document it? You want like a number?
they,
To,
I
like,
don't know.
document it.
It should be done because there's a pattern here. All we want the guy to do is talk civilly, and he doesn't need to yell at people.
Well, he seems to think he has, he's told many people in here that he has jurisdiction over this area. So when I reached out to my friend, and actually to Sheriff Bradshaw, who's now going to provide police protection at our annual meeting May 9th because of this problem in here. So Bradshaw has been contacted. He is sending police protection for the May 9th annual meeting because of how explosive this community historically is, and even more so now with him. But he has told people in here that he has communicated, I don't know if you're Gardens,
Yeah, we're
but he
Gardens.
has communicated with Gardens Police that since he lives in here, he has jurisdiction. So if there's ever an altercation or an incident here, he's to be notified first, and he handles it.
Yeah.
When I spoke to my friend that's a lieutenant, and when I spoke to
Yeah,
our
that's not how it
general
works.
counsel, they both said, absolutely not. He can tell you guys that, he can try to scare you guys, but that's not how it
I
works.
mean, you call 911. And we're the,
So
obviously
he
the people that
started
come
the
out there.
meeting by saying, you know, and what he said at one of the other meetings that we had, he said, people in here need to keep in mind that there's an FHP trooper that lives in here, and things better go my way, better go his way.
Okay.
So that was at
Yeah,
a meeting.
yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
and now, you know, and so now he is really making people afraid to be on this board and to live in this community, because he's going around telling people that he has jurisdiction in here. And when I spoke to my police lieutenant friend, she said, look, he's FHP, 95, Turnpike and Roads. He doesn't have any jurisdiction in there at all. And then when I spoke to the attorney, he basically said the same thing, and so did Rick Bradshaw, who's the,
Yeah.
you know, sheriff.
Yeah. I can get your name, and then I can get you a case number, and then do you know the guy's name that was?
The officer?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
He's not here. He left, which is why I was afraid to come out, because
He's actually neighbors.
Two of the
okay.
male
Backs up
board
property to
members went out the
the
back
other two
door,
properties.
got up and went out like they were, you know.
Okay.
So two
Yeah,
people
two
got
people
up and
left, and
walked
then you
out,
left.
and so we're standing here, and there's all this screaming and yelling and commotion. And we were afraid to walk out because he came out first, making the threats.
I got you. What's his name? Gene? You said?
Gene.
Gene. And his last name's what?
Wise.
Wise. And
I think it's spelled different than that. But
What? No.
anyway, it's okay. Yeah,
No,
I
that
think
is the correct spelling.
Okay.
okay. And then what's your name, man?
Debbie, or Deborah, Deborah.
Deborah. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Deborah.
Deborah. And your last name?
Lytle.
What's your first name?
First name's Cory, Cory.
And last name is same?
Same.
Oh. Okay. And
So the owner in there, she was screaming and yelling at me. Now she's on the board too. She hosted the meeting here. She was screaming and yelling, "You don't have the right to call the police to my home. I don't want my address on any police report. I've had problems with my brother in the past with this, and I don't want any police coming to my home." So all I knew is we were afraid to walk outside without
got
police
you.
presence.
oh, 100%. Yeah,
we
you can call us
appreciate-
anywhere. Anywhere,
Well,
anytime.
glad to see that.
Yeah. I can get you a number.
Okay.
And we'll document that this guy was irate and here yelling at your meeting.
Okay.
And then if anything else happens, don't hesitate.
Well, good thing is we live in Bay Hill Estates, so we're
Okay.
leaving.
Yeah, I got you. You're going down.
We're going to a safe
We're gonna
space.
go
Yeah.
back where it's a little different. The other side of the tracks.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, you guys need anything, don't hesitate to give us a shout. Anywhere. I mean, here, anywhere out here is gardens, except for
Well,
that
that's
little
what
bit
they don't
over.
like. That's what they're mad about.
Yeah.
Annexation.
Yeah, we get it all the time. We know.
All right.
Um,
I'm gonna get to my car.
I parked down in the end of the driveway.
down that way.
The Grace and I are down.
Well, I don't trust that he's not in the bushes somewhere. So that's
So you want me to? Your car's up here. We can walk you to your car, and then you can. My car's right
She's
there.
right here.
Okay.
I'll walk her. You can
well, I'll drive you to yours. Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys want to come out and we'll get the
Yeah.
case number.
I'll be right over here, and then I'll get you a number.
All right.